would you come to Mexico if you don't like Mexicans?
I'm half Mexican.
Oh, then you voted for Trump? So you're one of those self-haters? Go back to America. Nobody wants you here, bitch.
Bro, what is this, dude? In Mexico. In Mexico. What is this?
So let me get this straight. Whose idea was to wear a MAGA hat on vacation? To go to Mexico, Cancun, for spring break? Whose idea was this? You pendejos are trying to go to Mexico with that red hat, with that rojo hat, knowing that the cartel don't like Trump, knowing that the United States of America is deporting them. Do you guys think it's a good idea to wear a red MAGA hat? You pendejos have lost your mind. Whose idea was this? I need to be in this group chat to let you guys know that this is not a good idea, pendejos. I would never go to Cancun with a MAGA hat or anything Trump related. I'm not representing the United States when I go to Mexico. Y'all done lost your mind. You pendejos are still wearing that hat everywhere you go, and it's embarrassing. And then go to spring break, and you want to eat tacos, you want to eat the Mexican food, right? You want a nice massage, you want to enjoy the nice beach in Mexico.
Get out or bring me on.
And let me make something absolutely clear, unless it wasn't already. If you voted for Trump, you are not allowed in Mexico. You are not allowed in Cabos, Cancun, Puerto Vallarta, Aguascalientes, none of that. Guess what, baby? That's all in Mexico. You don't like us, we don't like you. Don't go there. Stay in your country. Figure it out. Vacation, I don't know, maybe Nebraska perhaps. One of the red states that you love so much. Stay there. Don't have margaritas, don't have tequila, no tacos, no enchiladas, none of that for you. Stick to what you know. Maybe a burger, perhaps. No cheese.
Now, I was just on a cruise from California to Mexico, and I got on the ship, and of course, there has to be one white old man wearing a hat that says, "Make America Great Again." Now, this man wore that hat everywhere. And I'm talking about in the windjammer, in the fine dining area, in the hot tub, in the pool, while he was sitting down by the pool. He wore that hat everywhere. And when he would get kind of like, the side eye look people give, because now when I see a red hat, I'm just automatically kind of cringe. He would tip his hat like this as a gesture of like basically saying,
all right, so imagine this. You're packing for vacation. Sunscreen? Check. Flip-flops? Check. A hat for shade? Check. Oh wait, you grabbed that hat, the infamous red one. You thought it was going to protect your scalp, but instead it's about to protect you from society. Because in 2025, putting on a MAGA hat in public is like hitting start on a social experiment you didn't sign up for. At home, it can get you side-eyed at the grocery store or filmed while ordering tacos. But overseas, oh, that's a whole other adventure. Picture this. You land in Cancun, ready for margaritas and beach vibes. The second you step off the plane in that hat, suddenly the mariachi band stops mid-song. Like, wait, did we just see that? Now you're not just a tourist, you're the main attraction.
screw you, right? But do you know where he didn't wear that hat? When we got off on Cabo San Lucas, wasn't wearing that hat. When we got off on Puerto Vallarta, wasn't wearing that hat. Now I wonder why. Why was he so brazen and bold to wear that hat on the cruise and sit around and talk with everybody about how great Trump is? But then when he went to the countries in Mexico, didn't wear that hat. And he didn't wear it because he's a coward, because he knows that if he wore that in Mexico, people would be livid at him because of how Trump has treated all the people that live there. And you know what? I agree with this woman. I agree that if you are going to support Donald Trump, you don't get to go to places like Mexico and enjoy all the beauty that they have to offer. You don't deserve to go there because people like Trump don't treat those people with human decency. And so you don't get to have the benefits of all the things that they offer us. Okay, that's just my 2 bit of cents. All my love.
Dude, what's your problem? What is this? What is this? What is that? Please, give me a break. He doesn't support the military, that freaking dude. I'll tell you that right now. Because it's losers. Losers.
Dude, please, can you respect?
You respect the military?
I do.
You know he doesn't.
Thank you for your
You know
service.
he doesn't.
Thank you for your service.
Take the hat off.
Dude, what's your problem, man?
I'm getting off the bus. That's why I'm getting. Okay. I'm getting off the bus because I don't want to be near you.
I don't want to be near you.
Yeah.
Disrespectful, man. Come on.
Disrespectful. Disrespectful.
Dude,
You support a guy that forget it. He's a freaking criminal.
he's gonna make this country great.
I hope he does. I hope he does, but I don't think it's
I
happening.
don't expect you from a military.
You know what I think's gonna happen?
Hey man, that's your commander in chief now. So like you should respect
Not
it.
yet. So slow the.
So when we were in the US, we used the MAGA hat as some sort of good luck charm for the car. We left it on the front of the dashboard so other drivers could see we had our MAGA hats. And we had a warm reception to this. And every time the MAGA hat was worn, especially by Ellie, we had a warm reception to this, especially in Tennessee. They loved it. Tennessee Zoo. Wow. In Nashville. But now we got to Mexico, I'm not too sure about the MAGA hat. The MAGA hat is kind of stuffed at the bottom of the bag. And I don't know. I don't think the MAGA hat's going to come out whilst we... We bought it from the Trump Tower, along with a Trump golf shirt that cost like $200 or something crazy like that, as novelty items from our trip. But I don't think if I wore that MAGA hat down out and about in town, I'd have a great time. And I don't actually think it would come from Mexican people. I think it would come from like US and Canadian immigrants who live in Mexico. Anyway, I'm not going to bother doing an awkward situation. I don't think this is the place to do an awkward situation. So the MAGA hat will remain stowed securely in the bag. But there is that compulsive urge just to see what happens. Not the place for it. God bless, guys. Take care. Bye.
There will be videos of American families wearing MAGA hats on the beaches of Mexico.
It doesn't even have to be a prediction because it literally has already happened to me with my own family. So last 4th of July, my family had a trip planned to Mexico for the week of the 4th of July. And I got a phone call about a month before from my dad, which we've already had a weird relationship because of everything going on in the world. And my family is deep on the Trump train. And he called me to ask if me and my boyfriend would want Trump cups that my family was bringing with them to Mexico. And at the time, I was so thrown off the fact that I was getting asked that and how the cognitive dissonance was just not clicking. And obviously, we were like, what the fuck, no. And it sucked because we already paid for our vacation. And I was freaking out because I did not want to be seen with that. So the night before that we went on our trip, I called my dad and told them that it was extremely racist to be bringing those cups to Mexico, and I needed to let them know because I just couldn't believe that. Mind you, I was going with 20-ish family members, so I was just thinking about me being there, surrounded with that, and people there seeing us surrounded with those things in a country where this man is telling people from our country to go back to. Anyways, we got into a giant fight. They told me that I was in a cult and to not come on the vacation. They were screaming at us. It was a whole thing. Biggest thing that we've ever gotten into. And we still went on the trip, obviously, because we were leaving the next day at 5 in the morning, and I was not losing $2,000. And then when we were on our trip, they acted like nothing happened. We tried to keep the peace, obviously, because we were on a trip of our own. Saving grace was on the 4th of July. There was a hurricane, so all alcohol was shut off on the island, which was low-key hilarious. And then I will just say at part of the trip, my dad did ask a black guy if he could swim. And now I do not talk to any of my family members, so.
Instead of relaxing by the pool, you're giving unintentional TED Talks to strangers asking, so do you actually support that guy? Meanwhile, your vacation photos, yeah, they look less like paradise and more like witness protection. And let's be honest, a lot of folks putting on that cap thought they were making a bold political statement. What they didn't realize is they were also making a vacation choice. Because nothing kills the vibe of sipping a pina colada faster than being the subject of a viral TikTok titled, "American Tourist Instantly Regrets His Hat." But here's the real kicker. How wild is it that a piece of fabric has become such a cultural lightning rod? You could wear a sombrero in Cabo and everyone's like, "Oh, party!" You wear a MAGA hat and suddenly you're living out an episode of Survivor Mexico Edition. Forget swimming with dolphins, you're swimming with controversy.
Screw you, right? But do you know where he didn't wear that hat? When we got off on Cabo San Lucas, wasn't wearing that hat. When we got off on Puerto Vallarta, wasn't wearing that hat. Now I wonder why. Why was he so brazen and bold to wear that hat on the cruise and sit around and talk with everybody about how great Trump is, but then when he went to the countries in Mexico, didn't wear that hat? And he didn't wear it because he's a coward, because he knows that if he wore that in Mexico, people will be livid at him because of how Trump has treated all the people that live there. And you know what? I agree with this woman. I agree that if you are going to support Donald Trump, you don't get to go to places like Mexico and enjoy all the beauty that they have to offer. You don't deserve to go there because people like Trump don't treat those people with human decency. And so you don't get to have the benefits of all the things that they offer us. Okay, that's just my 2 bit of sense. All my love.
My heart is numb and sore. Got cotton mouth. It's too much information if I feel like my penis has shriveled up inside of me. I feel lightheaded. And guys, this is nothing. I'm not putting anything extra on it. I don't like to look weak. This makes me look weak. I don't do a...
Good morning, friends. So, some of y'all cousins want to go to Mexico wearing a MAGA hat or MAGA gear. Really? If I worked in the airport, yeah, they'd be in line for some hours. Yeah, I think they'd probably have to be searched and denied entry. Not with that on. No. Nah, couldn't be me. They better be glad I don't, run no airport in Mexico, because them maggots would not be getting in. Not with that gear on. No. Take it off or get out. Okay? You don't bring that hate over to somebody else's country. Are you kidding me? That is crazy. And I listen, ain't no other culture like the Mexicans, okay? Because they are some great people. The food is great. They fun, hard workers. They're human beings like everybody else. How you gonna hate on a specific country of people? It's so crazy. But if you ain't coming to my country with that mess on, couldn't be me. Lock them up, get them out, turn them around, whatever you got to do. But entry denied. Bye.
I put a MAGA hat on. Now I'm running into all my black folks out here, and they all know me. What's up, Leia? Let me ask you a question. Hold on, brother. Everybody loves Ninja. I was paid $300 to wear this hat. And I still almost puked. You know, I don't fuck around. But I'd like to make a donation from that $300 to you and your cause, because I love you so much.
Viewers in Japan.
There's a 10 spot, my friend. God bless you. Be good. All right, see you later. All right, I am now dispersing the $300. I'm now at $290. If somebody that I know calls me out, he said, "Boogie Bob, I gotta go over," and I don't feel comfortable. She got a red hat on. I don't feel comfortable not telling them why I'm wearing it. Ninja would have wore this shit for free. He don't care. I am not a vain person. I'm really not. I'm very handsome and charming. Very successful. The ladies love me. Hey, girl. Another migrant out here selling from morning, noon, and night. So I'm not a vain person. I know what I bring to the table. You know what I bring to the table? I bring the table to the table. What's happening, everybody? I did it. To some of you, that's nothing. So what? You wore a stupid hat. I can't put into words how humiliating it is. For me. There's 1,000 people on here right now that would wear this hat for free, let alone take $300. This is not a knock against the men and women who will be voting for Trump in this election. This is a knock against the red hat and everything it stands for. It might as well be a Confederate flag. I despise it. I despise the movement. It sickens me, and I will never, ever, ever support it. I love you all. I hope that I didn't hurt anyone's feelings. It was not my intention. I can't tell you how humiliating and triggered I've been since I put this thing on. I'm now going to take it off for the last time. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I ask that you please be kind, loving, and good to your neighbors, man, woman, and child, and animal that you see. Start by being good to yourself because you deserve it. And if no one today has told you you're special, let me first say you're special. Here's an old saying: I shall pass this way but once. Therefore, any goodness I can do, or any kindness I can show to any human being, let me do it now. Let me not defer or neglect it, for I shall pass this way but once. You get one shot to be good and kind. Don't waste it. Don't put on a hat of ignorance, hatred, and bigotry.
And beyond the laughs, there's a bigger reflection here. Are we really at a point where a hat has more power than a speech? Where people stop listening to each other the second they see red, literally. It's kind of sad that one accessory can spark more division than actual conversations. So yeah, whether it's Phoenix, Portland, or Puerto Vallarta, one thing is clear. Wearing a MAGA hat in 2025 is less about fashion and more about survival skills. Honestly, if you've got the courage to wear one on vacation in Mexico, forget politics. Apply for Naked and Afraid, because clearly you thrive in hostile environments.
Put on the armor of God. I don't leave the house without it. God's got my back. I love you all. I'll talk to you later. God bless you.